What's up, everybody? BigSweetC here with you. Got a special little video for you. I am finally bringing to you my Hogwarts Legacy review, and I have to say, this has been a phenomenal experience. It has been a great start to the 2023 year because we've had so many good ones come out. Dead Space remake was fantastic. We're in the middle of playing Resident Evil 4 remake. I just started Jedi Survivor. We've got 2 Final Fantasy games coming out. A new Zelda game is dropping pretty soon. And so this was an amazing year. And for this game, which I basically didn't even hear of until maybe 4 or 5 months ago, to come out and do as well as it has, and be as good as it is absolutely amazing to me, because there was so much hype behind this game. I know there was a lot of controversy behind it as well, and we'll get to that in a second. But there's a ton of hype behind this, obviously because it takes place in the world of Harry Potter. But Warner Brothers could have come out and fell flat on their face with this one, because again, so much other stuff is coming out this particular year, and so this one had to really be good. Otherwise, it could have been a very big disappointment. And while there are still some stuff that I kind of wish was in it and it's not, namely Quidditch. Kind of wish Quidditch was in it, but I hear there's a Quidditch game coming out, so who knows? Maybe that'll make up for the fact that it's not in this. But at the same time, this is not a Harry Potter game. It happens to take place in the same world as Harry Potter. A lot of the same places. You've got Hogwarts, obviously. You've got Hogsmeade. This game takes place in the 1800s, a good century before Harry Potter even comes into existence. So it was developed by Avalanche Software and published by Warner Brothers Games under its Portkey Games label. And again, while it takes place in the Harry Potter world, has nothing to do with Harry Potter. You play as a 5th year random kid who comes in as a 5th year, which is very strange to me. I didn't know that they actually had that happen. But he's kind of a nobody, and he gets kind of thrown into this amazing adventure, and you find out that you have a special ability that very few wizards actually have. You can see ancient magic, and you can acquaint yourself with this. You can use it. You can absorb it. You can find different things that most wizards wouldn't be able to see. Kind of like a different version of like being able to talk to snakes, like some of Salazar Slytherin's family can. So kind of a cool little twist on it, to where it can take place in the world of Hogwarts without actually having to be a Hogwarts game. But it kind of follows the same path. You start off beginning of the year. You're running late behind for the sorting hat. Sorting hat's kind of cool. You can let it pick for you on your decisions. You can kind of force it to put you into a certain house. I was a Ravenclaw. That's kind of what I wanted. I believe that if I was accepted into Hogwarts, I would probably fit in the Ravenclaw household. But I also think I'm too smart for my own good, so I fit right in with the intelligence class of the Ravenclaws. But they have all 4, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, you've got Hufflepuff, you've got Gryffindor, and then you get into the story. And as the main story progresses, you are forced to not only go through this heroic quest that you've been set upon, that kind of was thrown at you at the beginning of the game, but you also have to kind of catch up, because you're a 5th year. You're 4 years behind everybody else in your class, so you kind of have to catch up with your schoolwork. And so there's this pretty cool blending of doing school stuff and also being this heroic adventurer that nobody's ever heard of before. And in the meantime, there's all these different side quests that allow you to create reputation with certain people in your house, even become friends with cross house rivalries. The Slytherin has a side quest that allows you to unlock all the unforgivable curses, right? Which is kind of cool. the fact that it actually lets you use those curses is a pretty cool aspect to me, because they could have very easily kept that out, and it would have been understandable as, you know, they're unforgivable, they're illegal to use, you're not supposed to be able to use them. So why would this fifth year student at Hogwarts be learning all this kind of stuff? And so it gives it not just, being in the Hogwarts Harry Potter world, it kind of makes it a more mature adventure, because it gives you the right to kind of do what you want. It's a very open world game, and you can do a lot of side quests without, doing any of the main stuff. You're kind of, in a linear little path until you get your broomstick. But once you get your flying broom, I mean, you're free to go anywhere in the world that you want, and it's just kind of this like open world bonanza where you have, all these different little side quests. You have all these cool little like factions of enemies and stuff like that. You can capture and breed unique animals and stuff like that. There's hippogriffs in it. There's unicorns, thestrals. You can breed all these stuff, all these animals, and by doing that, you can also, harvest their goods and use those goods to improve and upgrade your gear, which is another kind of phenomenal way to kind of, allow this to be an open world action RPG. It takes place in a third-person view, so it's not that FPS type of looking thing, which I appreciated. I feel like if it was kind of a first-person point of view, probably would have got a little annoying after a while. Plays out a lot. It's got a very similar feel to like a FromSoft game, right? It's not nearly as difficult. It's not nearly as difficult as a FromSoft game, but it's got kind of the same feel. Instead of being, up close and personal, though, obviously you're using the spells, so it's more of like a distance thing, kind of like the From the Ashes games where you have the guns and stuff. But it's a very, very fun gameplay mechanic that this game has. Not only a bunch of different side quests and stuff you can do. The Room of Requirement is a cool little like unique area that you can kind of do a little settlement building from the Fallout games, and so it's got a good mix of a lot of different type of games, and it gives you a lot of replay value. A bunch of the achievements are to go around and get sorted into the 4 different houses, so that offers some replay. It's also got like little events where you can, test your skills as a broom flyer. There's little side games that you can play. I'm drawing a blank as to what this stupid game is called. But there's, a game where you use one of your abilities. You can pull these balls and you score points depending on how close you get it to the edge and everything. It's got a lot of really cool features in it. That just kind of makes it a very fun game to play. And again, I mean, who wouldn't who wouldn't want to be a wizard if you can? I mean, I'm a big fan of the Harry Potter books, and while this doesn't have anything to do with Harry Potter, I always thought it would be cool to play a Harry Potter game, and we finally have one that is actually worth playing. I know there's a couple, I think, Lego Harry Potter games out there that I never bothered to play around. Because it seems like it's got, a very specific age group that it's aimed at. And while some of the Star Wars Lego games are actually pretty fun, it didn't pique my interest because it didn't seem to treat a gamer regardless of age, And like I said, this one is a mature game if you want it to be a mature game. And while there's not like cursing and there's not a whole lot of blood or anything like that, so kids can play it as well, it treats the player as a gamer and not just a fan of the Harry Potter games, or Harry Potter books. And I really, really appreciated that. Now, it is available on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. It's just now coming out for PS4 and Xbox One. I bought it on PS5 because I didn't get the digital deluxe version, I don't think, but I did get the pre-order bonus. Pre-ordered it on PlayStation, you get the bonus mission, which no one else seemed to be giving any extra content in the game outside of like, oh, you can get a cosmetic here, you get a special wand here, but it takes you through essentially what would be, you know, a Hogwarts Legacy. And that bonus quest I thought was worth buying it on PlayStation as opposed to getting on an Xbox. Now, if it was a multiplayer game, probably would have ended up going for it on Xbox, maybe even PC. But again, single player games, if you can give me more actual content, story content, or new adventures to go on, or in this case, a bonus mission, that's probably the one that I'm going to go with. Is I'm gonna do as many missions as I can. You know, it was actually just really kind of fun to play. Like, it's not super difficult, but they do have difficulty settings. You can make it more difficult if that's your thing. Maybe with a new game plus, maybe I'll go through it again. To be honest with you, I don't think there is a new game plus in this one. You can just kind of replay it. But now that I know kind of how to play it, you know, maybe we'll go through it and we'll play it on a harder difficulty. But you know, it's got a ton of spells. I think there's 30 spells that you can get, 27, 28, 29, 30 spells, something like that, that you earn not just by playing the main story, but by also doing the side quests and stuff like that. There's some battle arenas that you can go through if you know, do really like kind of the hardcore stuff. You get put into these little arenas where you have the abilities to use the, you know, like the death curse and everything to kind of just really go at it, and they just kind of horde beasts at you, like a dungeon crawler type of thing. So again, there's a ton of different styles of games in this one particular game, and I totally think it makes it worth it. Would I pay full price for it again? Yes, I probably would. And simply because it's a great fun time. Obviously, it's probably better if you can get it on if you can get it on sale. I'm always telling people to get it on sale if you can get it on sale. But if you know, if you're got some loose change in your pocket and you're looking for a new game to play, I think this is a very good game to play, and it was a ton of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm going to give it 2 huge thumbs up, because I think it's worth it. I totally think it's worth it. I think it is a phenomenal game, and like I was saying before, the fact that it has come out this year and it's as good as it was, I mean, a little bit of a shock to me, you know, like it could have come out and been a mediocre game at best and just been swept under the rug by all these other phenomenal games that have come out recently or are slated to come out in the near future. This would have been a really easy game to kind of get lost in the shuffle, and it still sticks out in my mind. As of right now, it would definitely be one of my top 5 favorite games of this year. Now, again, having said all this, I do kind of have to come up with the controversy that it is based on Harry Potter and the Hogwarts world, and J.K. Rowling is making residuals off of it. Now, there's a little bit of controversy because of that. She doesn't typically have favorable views of the transgender community, you know, if that's your thing, that's your thing. The truth is, I used to maybe kind of think that way. I don't really think that way that much anymore. First of all, yes, she's getting residuals for copyright stuff with Hogwarts and stuff like that. Warner Brothers is also getting residuals. You know, they still have the movies out there. It's not like Warner Brothers has discontinued making the Harry Potter movies. So if you're going to be mad at J.K. Rowling, you got to be mad at Warner Brothers as well. But they were not the people that created this game. They didn't come up with the story. They didn't create the you know, the environmental aspects of the world. They just kind of were the ones that created the world. But it was really this Avalanche Software, Portkey Games that put together this story and these specific characters. The voiceover acting has a ton of great people in it. Simon Pegg plays one of them. And so, you know, I appreciate people that try to make an economic judgment on, you know, do I support this person? Do I not support this person? But the truth is, it's almost impossible to get away from any kind of person that's, or, you know, any item that's not somewhat exploiting other people. iPhones were made with slave labor in China. You know, Microsoft is owned by a guy who's going around and promoting a drug that he helped fund, and now he's got a different drug that he wants you to buy, and so he's, you know, piecing out of the other drug, and and now he's promoting this one. So there's always some sort of like, there's always going to be some sort of bad character, right? You know, bad faith investor in everything that you do. It's just kind of how the world works now. You know, you don't become a major corporation. Excuse me. You don't become a major corporation, big time player in today's society without, you know, doing some shady things that you may or may not know about. The only one that I can think of, you know, maybe Nintendo. but shoot, I see stuff on Twitter all the time saying that Nintendo is a terrible company. But that's mainly because they won't, you know, let anybody port their games over to newer generations and stuff. And I mean, that kind of sucks because there's a lot of old school games that would be really fucking deserving of a classic modern day remake. Chrono Trigger comes to mind. But you know, it is what it is. And to be honest with you, as of late, the trans community has not really been worthy of support. The last like 4 or 5, and I don't know how much I'm going to get away with this saying this on YouTube because I know they crack down on everything, but you know, a few of the more recent mass shooters were transgenders. There was a whole manifesto, whole movement online, trans revenge, right? Talking, and then you have celebrities like Jane Fonda going out there and saying, no, you got to be violent, you be violent, you know, harassing people. The Twitch streamer Hassan Piker, who is a very, very leftist type of person, right? He is a very big ally of all of the LGBTQ plus community members, and they harassed him so much that his girlfriend basically quit playing. You know, like, and so if you're gonna ask me to be kind to you, I'm gonna respect that same kind of kindness in return. And if you don't want to show me that respect, then you don't deserve my respect. So I know I've kind of switched positions on this as of recently. Basically, you know, the last 6-7 years has kind of really opened my eyes to the whole, you know, leftist movement, and it's exposed a lot of stuff. But that is another story for another time. So if you are one of those guys that want to put an economic hurt on J.K. Rowling or Warner Brothers or any company that does stuff that you don't care for, or you think oppresses a type of, or a part of society, and you don't want to support that, hey, have at it, Hoss. But the truth is, in my opinion, I don't think it's that big a deal anymore. And if you're kind of on the fence and you don't want to, if you're thinking you want to play the game because it looks really cool, but you don't want to be that guy that's, oh, I'm supporting the oppressor. I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's a phenomenal game. It was super fun to play. I'm still kind of going through and trying to finish up the rest of all the side stuff that I haven't done. I don't know if I'm going to do any side quests, any replays with the other 3 houses just to get all the trophies. But I might. It might be a game that's worth getting all the trophies for 100%ing platinum it, if whatever that term is.
Thank you, Professor.
And now, Avalanche and Portkey Games have come out and said that there's probably not going to be any, they don't have any plans for any DLC, but I can't imagine the success of this game because it blew up. I mean, $850 million worldwide, 12 million copies sold. So I can't imagine that they're just going to let that sit. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some DLC to it. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sequel. Although it'd be interesting to see how they do the sequel. Now, you do just do the 1 year. Maybe the sequel could be year 6 or 7, or maybe post high school and you become a whatever you become. But it was a phenomenal time, and I enjoyed it a lot. So I think you will too, especially if you are a you know, a Harry Potter fan. If you like the world of Harry Potter, the wizarding world of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, I think you would enjoy this game as well. I also think if you're just an open world RPG type of person, I think you would enjoy this game a lot as well, just from being an open world RPG. It actually kind of made me think a lot of like Fallout 4, right? Where you do have a main story, but I mean, you can completely ignore it for 90% of the game if you wanted to. And so this is a genuine open world RPG, and if you're a fan of those games, I think you would be a fan of this game as well. So again, 2 huge thumbs up, and I totally recommend it. If you can get it on sale, even better, but it is absolutely worth the price of admission if you're looking to get something right now and it's not on sale. Totally worth it in my opinion. Plenty of stuff. I'm about I want to say maybe 50 or 60 hours in, so I know a lot of people were complaining that they got it all done in like 40 hours. You know, maybe it just takes me a little bit longer to do everything, but I want to say I'm about maybe 50, 60, 70 hours in, so it's absolutely worth the $70 that it cost me. But that's just what I think. So let me know what you think. Am I wrong on this whole, you know, supporting J.K. Rowling thing? Did you like this game? Did you not like this game? What were the aspects of it that you did like? What did you not like about it? Do you hate the fact that it wasn't anything to do with Harry Potter? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Yeah, keep on keeping on. This completes a couple now. We've finished Hogwarts Legacy. We finished the Dead Space remake. We have moved on to Resident Evil 4 remake. We're playing those on Saturdays. We're playing that on Saturdays. We just started Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We're playing that on Sundays. And like I said, we've got Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda games coming up. We've got 2 Final Fantasy games. I've already pre-ordered Final Fantasy 16. That's coming out, I think, at the end of May. And then you've got speculative word on the street is the second part of Final Fantasy VII Remake called Rebirth. That one's supposed to drop this year as well. We've got Diablo 4 coming out. Armored Core 6. Maybe I picked that one up. I don't know yet. Depends on if my brother is excited. I'm a From Software guy, so I'm kind of intrigued by it, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of Titanfall, which I didn't really care for Titanfall. So we'll see. But plenty of stuff coming up, so if you're excited, I'm excited. Do me that favor, hit that like, hit that sub, hit that notification bell. The notification bell can be your best friend, because while the live stream dates are set in stone, Saturdays and Sundays, the times necessarily aren't. I've got a little less than 1 year old. It'll be 9 months in a few weeks. He likes to kind of you know, make up when he goes to bed whenever he wants. It can be anywhere between like 10 and midnight, 10 p.m. and midnight. So the notification bell is the best way to find out when I actually do go live, or you can join the Discord, follow me over on Instagram or Twitter, and I post when I go live on there as well. The Discord is probably the second best place outside of that notification bell. But that's going to do it for this one. BigSweetC, that's me. Wishing YouTube, that's you. Wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it might be. As long as you're watching, I'm wishing you a wonderful watching time. Sweetness, signing off. Peace.